What's up, guys? We're going to dive into some recent news today. So first up, for XRP, we have a new XRP ETP or exchange traded product that was listed yesterday on Nasdaq.com. So you can learn more visiting this site. This is virtune.com, and then you can just go right to the products and click the XRP ETP. So as we scroll down, we can see a bit more about XRP, the key features, and then also right here, this ETP provides exposure to XRP through a 100% physically backed and regulated investment product listed on Nasdaq.com. Coinbase, the global leader in institutional custody solutions, serves as the custodian for securely storing XRP in cold storage. So as we scroll down, we can see a bit more information. We can see the listing date was yesterday, July 2nd. So this still needs to be updated for today, but we can see assets under management yesterday just over 500,000. And there are other ETPs in the market. We can see on 21shares.com that we've shared before, the Ripple XRP ETP, so $51 million AUM. So yesterday we had the launch of the Virtune XRP ETP on Nasdaq Stockholm, the largest exchange in the Nordic region. And regarding a spot ETF or an exchange traded fund versus an ETP, think of a spot ETF as a specific type of ETP. And think of ETPs, an exchange traded product, as a more broad category that can include ETFs, exchange traded notes, ETNs, and exchange traded commodities. And ETPs don't always hold directly the underlying asset, but in the case of these crypto spot ETPs, they do. We can see both of these ETPs are 100% backed by the underlying tokens held in cold storage. Next up, a quick look at the Bitcoin price chart. In the first half of the previous video, we went through a bunch of information, so I'll be brief. We're still above the 8-month EMA per the previous cycles, currently at 57,155. For today, we have the Bitcoin Volatility Index pulling back. We have Bitcoin stuck in this range for over 100 days since its all-time high price of 73,700. I shared these two charts yesterday, so we're going to quickly go over them to explain the historical alt season that we've seen over the past two cycles. So this is the most important thing we need to see. For the Bitcoin dominance price chart on the left, the percentage of Bitcoin's market share, and then the Bitcoin US dollar index. The last two alt seasons, in 2017 as well as Q1 of 2021, we saw a massive crash in Bitcoin dominance. So we need Bitcoin dominance to find its top and crash. When it crashes, it's important to note that during this crash of Bitcoin dominance, that Bitcoin actually continued to make higher highs. So the Bitcoin US dollar price chart goes up, and Bitcoin dominance goes down. And what we've witnessed over the past two cycles is when that happens, Bitcoin US dollar goes up higher highs in an uptrend, and Bitcoin dominance crashes, alts don't retrace or just go up a little bit, they actually pump, and that happens once per cycle. So I outline the dates exactly with these black vertical lines of Bitcoin dominance beginning its crash in both cycles in tandem with Bitcoin during that same time frame, creating higher highs in both cases. So the Bitcoin price chart is going up as Bitcoin dominance is falling, and you could interpret this in different ways, but essentially it means that the value is now entering the altcoin market and lowering Bitcoin's market share, so new liquidity is entering. So of course, not financial advice, but for those of us that are still in crypto or paying attention to it, this is what we're hoping for another cycle to take place. And this is the reason that I keep referring to Bitcoin's first major move, because historically that's what we need to see. The major move in 2013 was instant. Here we actually broke into an all-time high, crashed, and took about 2 months, and then in 2020 it took about 2 weeks. So versus 2 months, we're just over 3 months now, over 100 days. So this is the longest we've ever ranged near the previous cycle top, without getting that first major move in all-time high. So whether you believe it happens this summer or after elections, all good. Wherever Bitcoin dominance ends up finding its top, whether we're close to it or still further away. And just another day watching Bitcoin still in this range. So right now, until we break out of this range in either direction, we don't know how long this takes, if it's going to be super quick or if it takes a while. When the Bitcoin US dollar price chart pulls back, as Bitcoin dominance stays the same or climbs, alts absolutely go lower. However, when Bitcoin dominance finds its top, as Bitcoin is creating higher highs, alts historically run. So hopefully that makes sense, guys, and you can observe this yourself right on TradingView, linked in my link tree. There's a completely free version, and you can look at all of those tickers. Per usual, until we get the historical alt season that we've witnessed over the past two cycles, the crypto market's going to be a complete joke the most. But just looking at the weekly and monthly time frame, observing the similarities of past cycles, the structures are absolutely there. If it gets uglier first or lasts even longer, people will continue to make fun of crypto, and then when alts finally recover, people pay attention. So in the meantime, I'll still be covering recent developments. We have the XRP Ledger Japan and Korea Fund. So this fund is now open for applications from enterprises, developers, and XRPL community members. We'll support everything from corporate partnerships and startup investments to developer grants and community growth. I saw a new XRP Ledger integration with this group. If it's pronounced Galaxy or Galaxy, I'm just going to say Galaxy. Transform how you move, manage, and tokenize value through our latest integration with the XRP Ledger. So this Galaxy or Galaxy is a Web3 on-chain distribution platform. Through a suite of AI, digital identity, and blockchain solutions we can see trusted by Avalanche, Coinbase, Forbes, Optimism, Solana, and Arbitrum. Interested to see how this could benefit the XRP Ledger with this integration. We can see an identity protocol with zero-knowledge proof technology, so keeping your identity completely secure and private. So ZK proofs and DIDs, or decentralized identifiers, are going to be a really big narrative in future cycles. Next up, we had some really big news for Circle regarding the Markets and Crypto Assets Regulation, or the MiCA framework based in the European Union. So Circle announces that both USDC, US dollar coin, and EURC, or the Euro coin, are now available under new EU stablecoin laws. And Circle is the first global stablecoin issuer to have MiCA compliance in the European Economic Area. So we've discussed the MiCA framework in a bunch of previous videos and how big this is for crypto regulation. And Marty right here has made some great threads going over this. So just like Anders says, USDC is now MiCA compliant. And stablecoins are really important and could play a huge part in bringing liquidity to the crypto asset class. With the past projections of the stablecoin market will tip $3 trillion by 2028. And that number alone is larger than the entire crypto asset class today. So like I've said over the past few years, USDT or Tether, it still makes me nervous, and it seems like USDC seems to be getting much better regulation. We had right here shared by the CEO of Coinbase and Coinbase. They are partnering with Stripe, who processed the equivalent of 1% global GDP last year. So Stripe is adding USDC on Base for their crypto payouts, and you guys may have noticed on Coinbase that holding USDC on Coinbase offers around 5% APY, which is multiple X's higher than any fraction of a percent that bank accounts are paying. It's essentially like a high yield savings account if you're comfortable with the risk of holding USDC. We can also see a fiat to crypto on-ramp to enable customers in the US to convert fiat to crypto faster than ever. And right here, Coinbase is adding Stripe's fiat to crypto on-ramp to Coinbase Wallet to allow people to buy crypto instantly with credit cards and Apple Pay. We have shared by Altcoin Daily, Coinbase to launch CFTC regulated futures for 5 altcoins starting on July 15th. We have Chainlink, Polkadot, Stellar, Avalanche, and Shiba Inu. So these are regulated future contracts that are compliant in the United States, and as he says, crypto futures often lead to crypto spot ETFs. So the question I'm asking myself, because I believe there is another cycle in the crypto asset class per the tokenization stats, per the stablecoin market stats, etc., is when will Bitcoin break out of this 100-day range? Do we hold the 8-month EMA? Do we go to that trend line? Because I've never seen us go all the way back to that internal trend line per previous cycles after we've already broken to an all-time high. So big picture, I'm awaiting for Bitcoin dominance to do its thing. And if the future rhymes and the next cycle begins with the same type of relationship with the Bitcoin US dollar price chart and Bitcoin dominance, alts are going to go up nicely. And if you're bullish long term on the crypto asset class, you could argue that crypto is at insane discounts today, and how deep is this discount going to be? And that would only be obvious in hindsight. Again, the longer it takes or the more we crash, the lower sentiment's going to get. Next up, shared by Sandsmith, here are crypto's top coins by development frequency. So I believe this is based off of the public GitHub repository, just like on the deck screener for Sandsmith.net. So here we can see assets sorted by the 30-day development activity. So always something to consider for the top assets with development activity. I know some people would argue that some of the development activity isn't legitimate, but I consider it. And I think it's especially important to consider once we see the altcoin market begin to recover. Alright, last but not least, guys, shared by Good Morning Crypto, and this was originally made by Smoke Dog, so thanks so much for sharing. So it looks like he looked at the 2017 market top, the 2021 market top, and also gathered the top 20 assets at that time. And the projects that are highlighted in yellow have remained in the top 20 across all cycles. It's crazy to go back to 2017 and think about all of the new projects and how things have evolved, and then even the new kids on the block around 2021 are projects that were launched in 2018, 2019, 2020. So looking at 2017, another 4 years later, we have 2021, and we're approaching another 4 years later, so very interested to see which assets will be in the top 20. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button and sharing your thoughts down below. As always, you can find all links, including resources for charting, trading bots, platforms, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts in my link tree at the top of the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.